Happy Thursday, everyone.
Happy Thursday.
I'm Julie. This is Sheila.
I'm Sheila.
Welcome
Some
to
people call me
TeaLula.
TeaLula.
Really?
Yeah, but
I've
it's
never heard that before.
Sheila.
Oh my goodness. Wait, I need to fix my screen. How is everyone doing today? Can you hear us fine? I'm glad to be here. Sorry
I'm
about
glad to be
last
here.
week.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't the COVID.
No. I ate something that totally just upset my stomach, and I just could not.
Just hungover.
I could not be. But I thought tea cures that.
Tea cures everything.
Right?
Even the COVID.
The COVID. I like the COVID. I think that's very
The
Midwestern.
disease.
It's the something, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I feel.
I have the COVID. I'm like, oh.
No, you don't. Stop it. People are going to think you have it.
No, I'm lucky so far. I have not had the.
Oh, this way.
Oh, she
Oh,
knows.
okay.
She's looking out our
Oh,
windows.
that's so nice. We have some nice customers. So, we're live. Anyway, happy Thursday, everybody. We are here at the end of February, and oh my gosh, spring. It feels like a little springy out.
You know what? It's, again, I kind of don't like it.
Oh,
I want it to stay winter until it's over and then be gone.
Oh, I hear you.
I don't want to be like, oh, look, it was 50 the other day. How lovely. And now it's like 20.
And then it's boom. Well, this is
No, it's
life.
lovely though. I did take my new dog for a walk.
Oh my gosh, I have to put a picture of her.
It was fabulous.
Wait.
Like
Okay.
it was so great being outside in the nice
sunshine.
All
right. We will put Maggie pictures up. Hey, let us know. So Sheila and Fred have this beautiful dog. Her name is Maggie. I'd like to know if you guys think that Maggie should have her own page or her own Instagram.
She's okay. So she's a 7-year-old German Shepherd. She's just retired from breeding, and
she's retired. I love
her commands
that.
are all in German, so we're finding that's really fun. We're doing lots of sitzen and platzen, and she's amazing. Yeah, she's a great dog, but we actually are going to take her to a trainer next week because she didn't bark for the first week we had her. We've only had her for 2 weeks and 2 days, but she's got a little aggressive. So I think what happened though, I reached out to a few, like Jackie Limazani.
Yeah. Love Jackie.
She has she does canine massage. So I reached out to her and she's like, oh, she's adopted you as her pack. She's protecting you. I'm like, great. Just don't want her to chew up the people at the door.
You don't know. Don't be chewing people up. Anyway. Well, welcome. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and grab your cuppas.
So we should give Maggie a page.
Yeah, I don't know. Let us know if you think that'd be kind of fun. Jill says yes.
She's very smart and funny, but today she chewed up my snow boot. She wasn't being properly supervised.
Oh dear.
I know. Whatever. She's adorable.
I'm
going to try to show this picture of her with my phone because we're training her with some etiquette. So wait.
Okay. You do that. I'll tell everyone what we're going to do today.
What we're doing today.
Well, first we're going to do what we're going to do. Cuppa. I know. See, then we need like another show for TeaLula Maggie. I am drinking Finest Jade Pouchong because we're going to talk about oolongs, our back to basics. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Back to me. This way.
Look at my dog.
Nice.
Look at my dog.
Look
at her paws crossed. That's Maggie, everybody. Do you know how I used to show pictures of my grandchildren?
Yeah, I was gonna.
It's like, they're. Sorry.
Forget it. It's done. It's okay. Anyway. Finest Jade Pouchong. What are you drinking?
I am drinking Vithanakanda FGBOP Extra Special. So it's Vithanakanda from Sri Lanka. So it's a tippy golden broken orange Paco Extra Special. It's a really leafy one.
I think we talked about it maybe 2 weeks ago when we were doing Back to Basics Black.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's a very low grown Ceylon tea, and it has just a hint of briskness, but it's mostly very smooth, which is very characteristic of the teas from Sri Lanka. But it's a beautiful self-drinking tea. Beautiful. And so I'm drinking the tippy version.
Okay, well, cheers. And
cheers.
So everyone slurp and tell us what you're drinking. Okay, so this is my second infusion.
Oh, nice.
So when I say second infusion, if you don't know, loose leaf tea, brew it again, steep it again, right? Because it's a different tea every time.
So that's why when you look at some of the really high-end oolong teas and you think, well, no, am I spending that much money on a bag of tea? No. If you do the math on cost per cup, when you have a tea that can be reinfused 7, 8 times, it's worth it. Even if it was 30 cents a cup, it's still worth it.
It's true.
It's amazing.
And I think people just don't know that, or they think that, oh, maybe you can get 2 cups out of it. No, really just
Drink it all day.
the leaf will tell you when it's done. It will.
Let the leaf be your guide. I have to put that on a mug.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Sure.
All right. Anyway, so we're going to talk about oolongs.
Okay.
And then I did say.
Because you know why? You long for oolong.
I know, and it's your favorite tea.
It's my favorite. Oh, my God.
It's so good. And I did write, are you sleeping okay? And I wrote that in there because I said, hey, can we talk about this? Because I feel like everyone I know is having trouble sleeping. So we'll just, chit chat about that.
That's the first thing I said. It's like, I'm really suffering from insomnia. This is good, like day 3.
Ugh.
And my Fitbit is telling me I have not had zero REM.
That stinks. It stinks. And you don't feel rested at all. So
I've got like a dog to protect me now. So what do I have to be worried about?
I don't
Maybe
know.
it's a season transition.
Is it Mercury in retrograde?
Maybe
Apple.
Aquarius is or something.
I don't know. I don't even know. But all right. Oh, Tamitra, love it. Hibiscus.
Oh, isn't that nice? You like that
I
tartness.
love that.
That's a nice tea. That'll actually will lower your blood pressure.
But we don't know exactly how much we have to drink every day. Hello.
Yeah, you have to. Well, then it goes down.
Right.
So like the efficacy of it reduces, then you have to like make it stronger and stronger. But there is if you want to read it, it's a great study out of Tufts University.
Okay, so I'll find a link to that too.
Yeah, it's really good.
I need to make notes because then it's
very good.
So Tufts University.
We have a studio audience today.
You know what I really like with the hibiscus?
Yay, people are back in the store. Woo!
What I like is an iced hibiscus with cinnamon. So
yeah, I would like that.
Like
hibiscus with a little vodka.
Well, yeah, that's after hours.
It's 5 o'clock.
It's for me anyway. Can't have that when I'm like, working. But maybe we should do that sometime, like at noon, like have our fancy cups out.
What's in that cup?
I don't know, but that would be fun. Jill says Mercury retrograde just ended.
Well, is that a good thing? I don't know anything about that. Although there was a guy that on Facebook who used to drink red wine, he hated red wine, and he always make the red wine face. And then by the end of his little vlog thing, he would be totally on the floor. It was hysterical. It was like he worked for like HuffPost or something. It was hilarious. You ever seen that guy? I don't even know if he's still on, but he would be drinking red wine and just going lit up.
I don't know. We could do drunk tea history or something. That'd be kind of funny. Maybe that'll be an after-hour show. Okay. Anyway, we have so many good ideas, everyone. Let's get back to oolongs. I will show this in.
Look at our fancy.
Okay.
They're all good. Here we go.
So oolongs. You know so much about this. But they all look different.
Yes.
These are all oolongs.
Yeah. Let me bring this one up a little bit. Yeah. So let's bring this one up. Now, not only the different shapes, the different colors. So if you can notice this. All right.
Now that one's Big Red Robe.
Oh, Big Red Robe. It's one of those teas when you drink it, you just can't even believe it.
Go towards that. There you go.
My God.
So that's really they're very twiggy.
Yeah. Well, it's a very long, twisted leaf. With many oolongs, they don't harvest the leaf right at how they would the dragon mall or some of the other beautiful teas where they do the tulips right at the optimal time. They actually need the leaf to grow a little bit bigger, a little bit longer because it's going to go through a very long, arduous processing. So they need the leaf to be a little bit more mature to hold up to all that. So then this one is another shape. This is more of a
that's
rolled like a ball. Now this will open up 10 times its size, which is why
we're going to brew it.
We would never use one of those godforsaken tea balls. And then was this Oriental Beauty?
It is. So I even write down.
Yeah, so Tung
Yes, we had Tung.
So it's Taiwan, and then we have Oriental Beauty is Taiwan as well.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Tamitra. We're echoing. I'm so sorry.
We're echoing?
Yes. But that's because. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, we had a camera.
I'm sorry.
We're getting it.
Okay.
So now this is Oriental Beauty. So you can see this one isn't as refined, but it does have a lot of tip in it, which isn't always
the silvery golden.
Yeah. So oftentimes, because they do need a more mature leaf, they're not going to have the thank you for the feedback on the feedback.
My bad.
They're going to have more of the bud in the Oriental Beauty. And that's actually a specialty because of the leaf hopper, which we'll talk about.
Yeah, so I'm going to steep while we keep chatting, but both of these have 3 grams and they look really different. If I showed you like a close-up, I mean, we always weigh our teas here because we want a consistent taste.
Yeah, so if you buy tea from us, or I hope you buy tea from us, what we did, because a lot of people are like, I'm not going to be weighing my tea. It's
Yeah,
like,
right.
fine, we're going to meet you
that.
where you're at. So what we did is we took every tea that we have and we weighed out like 3 grams per 8 ounces of water. We weighed it out and then we converted it to how many teaspoons it is. So it's like a teaspoon, a level teaspoon, a rounded teaspoon. White teas, try 2 tablespoons.
Drink the tea how you like it.
Right.
That?
So so then if you find that it's like not strong enough to your liking, then you add more tea.
But yeah. So we can show you, oh my goodness. So I am holding the Oriental Beauty.
And I'm holding the Tung
Ting. Now already you can see, you do that. That's better. Oh, here. And it looks dark.
Yes. So the Oriental Beauty is a more
I'll grab that for
highly oxidized leaf. So oolongs.
Look at the leaves starting to unfurl. It's a lot. Look at that.
Anyway. So there are different. So there's different amounts that they will oxidize the leaves. So our Tung Ting almost looks like somewhat of a green tea. It's lightly oxidized. As we go to the Oriental Beauty, that's around 80% oxidation. If you think of a black tea as 100%, and then when you look at the Big Red Robe, that is a very dark looking leaf.
Okay, I'm just reading the comments. Demetra's like, can we start over because of the echoing? I'm so sorry. Yeah, we could just really quick. We're just showing the dry leaf. And there are 3 different oolong. They're all oolong, but they're 3 different ones. So I think that's where we were starting, and that's where the echo was happening.
Okay, so I'll go back really quick.
We have time, yeah.
So this is a Taiwanese oolong called Tung Ting, also known as Dong Ding, depending on how it's been translated.
I'm so glad you said that. That was one of the questions.
Mm-hmm. So it's the same thing. It's just how it was translated. So this is more in a balled shape. This is a lightly oxidized oolong tea, and it's rolled into what looks like a little pellet. Then we have another Taiwanese oolong called Oriental Beauty. Now this one, they call it like white tip baihao. This one is quite lovely and somewhat different than some other oolongs because they do have a lot of the bud or the tip of the plant. Then we have Big Red Robe. Oh, mercy, Lord. This is
that's so nice. We're not bringing that right
This
now.
is a Chinese oolong tea, and this one is it's like a large leaf, but then twisted. So we have an untwisted, just leaf. Then we have, or very lightly twisted, Oriental Beauty. We have the ball shape of the Tung Ting, and then we have the twist of the. So all of them are different, and all of them you can re-steep numerous times.
Okay, so if you remember, all the leaves, all the tea, dry tea was at the bottom, and it's really just unfurled. And what we'd like you to do too is take your time and smell.
So oolong teas,
infused leaves.
So with oolong teas, if you go to purchase an oolong and someone offers you an opportunity to smell the aroma of the oolong and like, oh, I don't smell anything, I'm going to pass. Don't do that. Get a sample because with oolong teas, if there's any tea that you drink that you need to bring in all of your senses, it is oolong. So you can look at the beautiful manufacture of the dry leaf, but then after you finish steeping it and you pour the liquor off, if you got to take a minute to smell what the wet leaf is called the infusion. It is unbelievable. It's like, how did this happen?
Okay, so what are you smelling right
now? I get like a honeysuckle, gently floral.
I always get a roasty. For me, this is the Tung Ting.
Right.
And I always get a roastiness.
Probably roasted over charcoal fires in the finish.
And that's nice.
This one, though, this one is very different.
Very different. This is, to me, floral with the honeysuckle.
And this one is definitely more roasted, a little toasty.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it has like a green, like a vegetalness of the green.
All right. In the inset picture, I'm showing you the 2 teas. Very subtle difference on screen. Here, one is a little bit lighter than the other, which would make sense.
One of these things is lighter than the other.
Right. And then I love when we play with our leaf.
So this is the...
Yeah.
So this is one oolong, one leaf. So imagine you have like a whole pot full of these. So now here's another interesting thing. When you look at this leaf, and I doubt that you'll be able to get a sense of this with,
there we go.
do you see like the little red edges on the edge of the leaf? It turns like a little red. That is from the rolling of the leaf, and that's the amount of oxidation that they wanted to have. So that slight amount of oxidation that occurred from rolling and resting the leaf was enough to create a chemical reaction in the leaf. It was like a defensive reaction that created this amazing aroma and
the flavor.
And the flavor
for sure. Okay, so now we've got the taste. And these are probably bitter messes. If you happen to leave the tea leaves, now when I decanted from the other teapots, some leaves came with it. This is probably going to be quite bitter if I drink this, which I'm okay with. I mean, I'll just drink it.
Now you can see the color in the cup that the Oriental Beauty is definitely more oxidized than the Tung Tang, so a little bit darker in the cup. However, one of the things you want to note when you start drinking oolongs is set a timer and time the finish. These are teas where you should have a long lingering finish. It is one of the, so that's why you get like the aroma, the taste, the finish. Oh.
All right. Tin first. Yum. It's so, like, I think it's a wrong word. It's like, for me, a very heavy taste. It's pleasant. And it's like, it's very warming and it just kind of envelops.
It has a gentle stringency, but it does have a very long kind of a toasted flavor. And this is only on the first steeping.
I know. So my finest jade pouchon on the second, it's like, it's a little bit lighter than the first steeping, right? There's a lot of flavor. There's still flavor.
Right. And that's why if you brew oolong teas, use a small vessel so that you just get like 1 cup at a time. Often, I don't know if I have it here, but often they're served in these very, very tiny, tiny cups.
The tasting cups. They're so cute.
Just because you want to do like small infusions and just really appreciate each infusion. Oh my God, they're amazing.
All right. Oriental Beauty. They're so different. Okay, so why don't I ask you the questions while we're sipping about oolongs?
Heaven.
All right, everybody, go over to Oriental Beauty and go grab yourself some before.
And there's so many different grades and levels of Oriental Beauty. In fact, this is one of the teas that I bought when we did this rare tea tasting with Kevin Gascoigne from Camilla Sinensis.
So good.
And it was like, I don't think Fred watches, but it was $75 for 10 grams. I bought a lot.
It's okay.
And then I think I still have one left. I did share one with the staff as soon as we got back.
I'd be hoarding it if I were you.
Steeped it all day. I steeped it until there was, but I still remember. Now, this is not $75 for 10 grams, but it is still exceptional. It has
very good. It's so complex.
Right. It has the aroma. It has the finish. It has the beautiful flavor.
It's so good. Okay, so this is a good segue into the tea questions.
Okay.
Why are some oolong teas called Formosa?
Yes, Formosa. Formosa is Taiwan. So the old name. It's like Sri Lanka used to be called Ceylon, and Taiwan used to be Formosa.
Okay.
So it's just the original. It's just, I think, the British name that they gave the island. So now it's actually Taiwan, but in the tea trade, many oolongs still go by the name Formosa. So that just tells you it's a Taiwanese oolong versus a Japanese or a Chinese oolong.
So Taiwan is just, it's off the mainland China, right? It's its own island. So you can have Chinese oolongs, you can have Taiwanese oolongs, and they're going to be different flavors, all over different.
They're all going to be
characteristics.
They're going to be different depending on when they harvest the leaf on the same day.
This is true. And you answer this one. Are tung ting, so start with a T, and dong ding the same tea?
Yes, just different translation.
Right. So there are just so many different dialects in China, really, and it just depends on where you're from, like what location. But it's the same tea. Does the shape of the leaf indicate oolong?
No. The shape of the leaf has more to do with terroir and tradition.
You're right.
So
like the processing
of it. So, for instance, if you imagine how big China is, and you were making a tea, and you wanted to take it from like the east to the west, that's a long way, especially before FedEx, and you're kind of like, I don't know, you're on a camp.
Pony Express.
Yeah, Pony Express. So what they did is they rolled the leaf into these small pellets, almost like how they would compress tea, thinking it could last for long travel.
Right. There's no refrigeration. There's no
right. Yeah. So the one thing that's beautiful about the way they manufacture. So in Fujian, in the north of Fujian, when they make oolongs, they twist the leaf. Just tradition. They twist the leaf. Again, thinking if you tightly twist the leaf, it'll retain its aroma and flavor until it goes in the water. In the south, they roll the leaf. I hope I don't have that backwards. But they roll the leaf.
Yeah, I think so. North is, and I was thinking like north on a compass is like the arrow. So then I think twist.
Yeah, so that's like and then with Oriental Beauty, it's not as twisted as some of the others, but a lot of it just has to do with the customs of creating this tea, how they roll and rest the leaf, how they dry it. Do they do it slowly over charcoal fires? Do they do it right? So
there's all sorts.
These are the most artisan. True. Like if you want a truly artisan tea.
Okay, here's a good question then. Can I steep oolongs at all different temps, since some are highly oxidized and others are not?
Well, that's true. So here's what I learned from Austin Hodge from Seven Cups Chinese Tea in Tucson. Wonderful tea. In fact, we get many of our beautiful high-end green teas from Austin. What he taught me was when you have a leaf that looks it is whole. It is the whole leaf. Okay. Those leaves can handle higher temperature. We did Dragon Well right at the boil.
Oh, okay.
It's fabulous because there's so much surface area on the leaf. It takes the water a long time to get in there to extract out.
So like Big Red Robe.
Right. They can handle higher temperatures. Now, when I look at the leaf and I see that the Tung Ting, the Taiwanese rolled oolong, looks very much greener in the cup than the Big Red Robe. That just kind of gives me a caution that I may want to put water off the boil on that. But again, because it's smaller. But definitely, if the leaf is whole, it can really handle higher temperatures.
See, and I didn't know that. I always went from like if it was a highly oxidized, so a black tea, then it's like, okay, I'm going to use boiling water.
Yeah, we actually brew all of our oolongs here in the store at 195.
Yep.
Just so
it's a good guideline, right?
Just right off the boil. And I think it's just enough to extract the aroma and the flavor. And I think it works really well. All right. But if you forget and you boil your water, you're fine.
Yeah. It'll be okay. It's just a leaf and it's just water. It's okay. Is it wrong to use honey or sugar with an oolong? I think they're probably referring to like these beautiful, it's beautiful. The self.
Well, we really want you to enjoy your tea however you enjoy it. However, I shall mount my soap.
Okay, here we go. The question again is it wrong to use honey or sugar with an oolong?
It's not wrong. However, it would be like using Dom Perignon to make your mimosas.
Oh, okay.
Now, maybe you do put orange juice in Dom Perignon or Christophe.
And that's beautiful.
Good for you.
Woo-hoo.
That's fancy. They weren't meant for that. You just drink your Dom and you drink your Christophe, and I sound like I drink this stuff, but
it's just like
I
rolls
did.
Off the tongue.
Right. So you just it's not meant for that. So what I would say is try these oolongs on their own to really appreciate the character, because like I said earlier, they are the most artisan of teas. So there are tea masters that do these. They know exactly the right time to harvest the leaf. They know how much they should roll and how to wither the leaf, get it very pliable. Then they roll and rest the leaf to begin this oxidation period. It could take weeks. Like there's the Little Red Robe takes weeks and weeks to manufacture because of the slow process of oxidizing, and then they charcoal fire it. So I would say to really to really appreciate what these tea masters have created, I would recommend trying them without. Now, if you oversteep one and it has like a bite to it, add a little honey. It'll kind of smooth it out. I mean, don't throw your tea out if you don't want to. That's a good idea. But I would say, for the most part, these are really meant to be appreciated, because not only when you are just enjoying a nice cup of tea, it's really lovely to imagine the people who, you know, toiled and used their hands and their expertise and their knowledge to create these amazing teas. Like, if they like oxidize it too long or not long enough, or they dry it too hot or too fast or whatever, it's going to change the character of the tea. But when you get something that's so expertly done, that is really meant to be appreciated. That's like true. Fine art.
I was just thinking that it is like fine art. Mm-hmm. The whole process is fine art when it comes.
Yeah, these oolongs are amazing.
They are. You carry such nice oolongs.
Because you know why? You long for oolong. I'm really sorry I said it twice.
It's okay. It's all right. So, for those of you hanging out with us, do you have any questions about oolongs? I thought those were really good questions.
Those are fabulous questions, and I recommend, you know, if you're concerned about the price point regarding these specific teas, I would just order a sample.
That's true.
You know, order a sample, and we will give you guidance on how to steep them, or they're fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you might be really surprised if you're like a black tea drinker or a green tea drinker, and then you try one of these, it is eye-opening.
It's like, really, that's tea?
Yeah.
Yes, that is.
It's very different.
It's amazing. They're very smooth. They're very approachable.
It's true.
You know, they're wonderful. So if you want to drink green tea, but you don't really want that vegetal bite to it, try an oolong.
Well, and that's the thing, is like one of the most popular drinks in the summertime is iced raspberry goddess.
Right,
which is the basis in oolong.
But I'll tell you something. Several years ago, I had an iced tea event here when you could when we face to face. We did cold brew tongue tea.
Oh yeah.
So all we did is we threw it in a pitcher and we just filled it with tap water and we let it sit out overnight.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
People were like, it was gone.
Yeah. What is this? Yeah. Cold brew tongue ting is, I wouldn't do the $100, for 5 grams, but there's a good middle price point. Yeah. Fantastic. Cold brew oolong.
Cool.
Tongue ting.
All right. Well, that's so good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's, before we forget any store announcements, you can come on in to the tea room.
Yeah. 40% capacity.
Look what I found. I didn't even know they were back.
Yesterday.
Guys.
They came back yesterday.
See, they came back.
Gluten-free. I ordered a lot of gluten-free.
I like them.
Yeah, they're very good.
So, okay, these are the waters. Right. If you're
a little stick of butter.
It is like a stick of butter. It's like eating a pat of butter in your hand. If you're new to TeaLula and you haven't been in it, it's not a full restaurant, right? We're not a full restaurant, but we do have scones and cookies and
we're thinking.
Right.
We're thinking about how we can provide more of an afternoon tea experience, but we can't really think too far ahead until, we're all able to be face to face and where our capacity isn't 6.
Right. So there's a lot of, there's moving parts and guidelines and things. We just all want to be safe. One of the things that's coming up is the TeaLula 13th birthday. So
teenager.
Keep a lookout. If you're an email subscriber, you'll be getting some interesting things. So
yeah, we're going to be 13. It's like we survived a never-ending recession followed by a global pandemic. You know what? You just don't make your business plans like you should. I didn't have an addendum for recessions and pandemics.
Is why we pivot, because smart business owners like yourself, we just turn. I know you don't like that.
Words to avoid in 2021. Pivot.
But people are still saying it.
We're all in this together.
I'm sorry. I have a daughter who's 19, and every time I hear we're all in this together, all I think of is High School Musical. Because there's a song, we're all in this together. See?
Yeah.
That's all we listen to.
Yeah,
do you want any more? It's bitter though.
Oh, thanks.
It's bitter.
Do you want this bitter?
Yeah. It's smell this.
Yeah, you definitely have to. No, but we can re-steep this when we're done. Okay. So we can re-steep this the rest of the day.
I just need to wet my whistle. Anything else? I know we talked very briefly about sleep. I just want to say, all of you, if you're up at 3 o'clock in the morning, just try to text the TeaLula board because I actually might be awake.
My phone is actually shut down
I
from
know.
10 to 7, so I won't hear any of that.
I won't hear it, but I might see it.
I do try to stay off all electronics after 10 o'clock, so it helps. Yeah, Oriental Beauty is exquisite.
Oh, Rebecca, how are you?
That is, I'm so
Wait,
glad
let me
that
go
you
back.
love that. It's amazing.
Oh, look at the puppy. So cute.
Where's the puppy?
Oh, it's her her profile picture.
Oh, that's so sweet. All right, so I have to do a quick shout out to my daughter,
we have
Amanda, and her husband, Brandon, celebrating their wedding anniversary on the 28th. Very happy for them. And my sweet Eleanor turns 4 on the 2nd.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
She turns 4.
Shout out to our neighbor, Yasmin. I hope I pronounced your name right. She's over at Purely Smiles, a nice, one of our dental neighbors over here. So shout out to her. And
and Daniel's Charcuterie.
Yes. Oh my gosh. If you haven't been, they are like literally next door. Go visit. And
really
come visit us.
Cute shop. What they did in there is really nice, and they do
eats.
beautiful charcuterie and salads, and they have wine. Like I think we need a liquor license. Oh, we could just do all tea infused wines,
beverages.
And beers.
I know. You know what? It's probably we should because it keeps coming back to that. Maybe
we'll have to see.
2021. Anything else? More shout outs.
No, I think we're good.
No,
we're good.
Enjoy the weekend.
Yes,
people.
I hope it's supposed to be beautiful and nice and sunny. And
I'm gonna grab my other.
Good chat, Julie.
Good chat.
Get some oolongs.
Be nice. Yes, I will put some links. We're going to talk about the hibiscus one from Tufts, right? The article from there. Yes. And then there was one more thing I need to post up there, but I will try my best to remember everything.
Just remember, Yulong for Oolong. We have them.
Have a delightful day.
Delightful.
All right, everybody.
Delicious.
Take care. Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Thanks.